Kathy Brennan here, helping you to look better, feel better, and do better. This week's habit is make a habit of being responsible. Now, there's two parts of this. You can be responsible for yourself, or you can be responsible to others. I'm going to start with talking about being responsible to others because this is on my heart in a big way this week. In our community, I work on a committee for suicide prevention for high school and junior high students. And we're just getting going and there's a lot of work to do. But our community was touched by the death of a young person yet again. And there are no words to take care of this. This is devastating for the family. It was devastating for the child. It's devastating to their friends and family and community and ultimately to the world. So the part of being responsible I wanted to tie in here was how we're responsible to one another. So let me start with a construction example. If someone is going to hang a door, they can try to do it themselves. But if they do it themselves, it'll take longer, it won't be done as well, and they might get hurt while they're doing it. So there are also things like that in life that we are not meant to do on our own, like hanging a door. So the things in life are death, divorce, your house burns down, you lose a job, your marriage is in trouble. There are just things that happen that you are not meant to handle yourself, or your friends are not meant to handle by themselves. This is when we're responsible to one another. It's not okay to see that pain over there and not say something. It's not okay to ignore it because we're responsible to one another. It's our job as friends to say, how are you doing? And they can say, I don't want to talk about it, or they can tell you. It's up to them. But when we're responsible to one another, we're going to make sure that it doesn't hurt as much because they know someone cares. We're going to help the healing process shorten if we can in any way because we're showing other people we care. And we're just going to listen. We're not going to talk about our own experience. We're not going to talk about, oh, this is how it'd be if I was going through this. No, this is a time where we listen. We just listen. If they ask for a solution or ask a question, then we might answer, but just listen. And then tell people you're concerned about them. It's okay to say, I'm concerned that you're not hanging out with us anymore. Is everything okay? That's being responsible to one another. This is so huge. In this suicide prevention effort, what I've learned is when children and adults have even just one person that they can go to, that they can talk to, that they're being heard, it really reduces their burden. Now, I'm not in any way suggesting that I don't know any of the details of what happened with this unfortunate, terrible, horrible thing in our community and that it's happening in your communities too. I know it is. I'm not weighing in on that. I'm just saying it for me as a person who sees someone struggle. I'm responsible to you and I need to ask you, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? The other part of being responsible is being responsible for ourselves. This is my life. This is my body. This is my belief system. So I'm responsible for it. My friends are not responsible for how I eat. Like, I get to decide if we go out together what I eat. I don't have to say, oh, they made me eat this. No, they don't. Nobody is forcing you to do that. So we need to eat right. We need to get enough sleep. And we often blame that on other people too. We don't take responsibility for the amount of sleep we need. And believe me, I know all about this because I've had such huge trouble sleeping. But it's my problem. It's my problem to solve. And then we need to move. We are meant to move. So this body that we live in 24/7, it's ours, and we need to take responsibility for it and care for it. Then our mind, our mental health. When we take responsibility for our thinking, like, this is my life, this is the direction of my life that I want my life to go, so these are the things I'll do. I don't blame, oh my gosh, it's the economy or my friends or like, it's your life. You get to decide and you must take responsibility for it. Or you can sit around blaming people your whole life, and then you just won't get to where you want. So our mental health, how we are thinking, is ours to take care of. Now, can we use help? Absolutely. Coaches, counselors, psychiatrists, friends, parents, children. Like, we can absolutely get help with our thinking. They can give us observations of what they see. So that's where we're responsible to one another too. But ultimately, the decisions about my thinking are inside this noggin. It's this person that's going to make them. And we're responsible for our spiritual health. If I am not hopeful, it's because I have not learned the habit of being hopeful. And my new thing now in the last couple months is, before I open my eyes in the morning, I think about what I'm hopeful for that day. I'm like, what does that hurt? And it takes like 10 seconds. So it's a habit of being hopeful. And then at the end of after I close my eyes, I think of 3 things I'm grateful for that happened during the day. There's always things to be grateful for, especially if I had food to eat, if I had a roof over my head, even if like someone was nasty or something didn't go the way I wanted it to, there's always still plenty of things to be grateful for. Hope, gratitude, faith. What do you have faith in? I hope you have faith in yourself. I really do, because if you don't, no one else is gonna. So, and whether you have faith in your employer or the universe or God or your faith community, learn what you have faith in. Faith, gratitude, hope, joy. That's a choice. Love. I believe we can all continue to love better every single day, every day until the very end. We can learn how to love better. It's a skill. It's an art form. It's something we can get better at. It's not just this funny little feeling that shows up in your stomach when you see somebody cute. That's a little bit of love, but it's a very tiny, itsy bitsy little piece. There's a whole bunch about love that we can learn and we're responsible for. And meaning, finding meaning in your life and doing your purpose. I'm sitting here talking about these habits because I believe in them so, so much. I know that good habits lead to a good life. And I know it's easier to form a good habit than live with a bad one, because I lived with many bad ones for a lot of years. And I realized that's not the way to do your life. So make a habit of being responsible. Think about that, being responsible to other people. Who could you go reach out to today? Tell them, I'm concerned about you, or how are you doing? Or I just want you to know I really care about you, or I just really want to know I appreciate you. Reach out to one another. We are responsible to one another. And be responsible for yourself in those ways. So make this a habit. Be well.